Welcome to AccuSource's FCRA Responsibilities tutorial. Under the FCRA, which is the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, end users of consumer reports have certain responsibilities they must meet. Today we will follow Acme Demo Company as it looks for a new office manager for its Long Beach, California office. Acme sent Patty an employment application to complete before her interview. Acme is located in California, and its employment application cannot include questions about criminal history due to ban-the-box laws. This gives applicants, possibly including Patty, a fair chance in the hiring process if they do have a criminal record. Acme interviews Patty and decides to offer her the office manager position. They require a pre-employment background check on all new employees. In requesting and using the background check report, Acme must follow the rules contained in the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Acme is an end user of information contained in a background screening report, also known as a consumer report under the FCRA. An end user must have a permissible purpose to request a report. As Patty's potential employer, Acme's permissible purpose is to use the report for employment purposes. Acme has several duties it must meet under the FCRA in order to request Patty's background check from its screening provider, AccuSource. AccuSource is a consumer reporting agency, or CRA, under the FCRA. The FCRA allows a blanket certification for all the background checks run by the end user through the CRA. Acme has provided this certification to AccuSource. It certified its identity, permissible purpose for screening, and has indicated it will not use the information contained in background screening reports for any other purpose besides employment. Since Acme is requesting reports for employment purposes, extra certifications are required. They have certified compliance with the FCRA's disclosure requirement, adverse action procedures, and information contained in the reports will not be used in a manner in violation of Equal Employment Opportunity or EEOC laws. With its certifications completed, Acme can now move forward in the screening process. Acme is required to make certain legal disclosures to employment applicants and obtain their express consent to conduct background screens. Acme must inform Patty of its intent to conduct a background screen and the nature of the consumer report. Patty is in the Acme office and a printed disclosure has been provided to her. An electronic disclosure could also be provided for remote applicants. Acme's disclosure must be clear and conspicuous. It must be a standalone document. The FCRA allows Acme to use the disclosure for the duration of Patty's employment. Acme must also obtain Patty's authorization to conduct a background check. The authorization must be in writing and may include the disclosure form. The FCRA allows Acme to use this blanket authorization during Patty's employment. However, some states such as California, where Acme is located, require separate authorizations for each background check on the same person. After Patty reviewed her disclosure and provided her authorization, Acme requested her background screen through AccuSource. Although not required, Acme also uploaded a copy of the authorization form in AccuSource's system for future reference. AccuSource completes Patty's background check. Acme views the results and notes that Patty has a criminal history. She was convicted of felony theft in 2017. The conviction raises concern because the position requires trust and money handling duties. Based on the results of the screening report, Patty is no longer qualified for the position of office manager at Acme. Acme must follow adverse action procedures under the FCRA in denying employment to Patty. Adverse action is any action that adversely affects the interest of a consumer. For employment purposes, adverse action includes denial of employment or promotion, suspension, and termination. Acme now engages in the adverse action process. First, Acme provides Patty with a pre-adverse action notice. This notice informs Patty she is in receipt of the contents of the background screening report and provides her with information on how to dispute any results she believes are incorrect or inaccurate. Along with the pre-adverse notice, she receives a copy of the report and a summary of her rights under the FCRA. Acme must wait a reasonable amount of time to give Patty a chance to review the report and possibly dispute its accuracy. The FCRA does not list a specific waiting period. Acme waits 5 business days, which is the minimum time period commonly recommended for response before taking final adverse action. Neither AccuSource nor Acme are contacted by Patty during the 5-day period. Acme can now take final action. Acme sends an adverse action notice to Patty that includes the contact information for the CRA, AccuSource, the preparer of the report. The communication includes a copy of the FCRA Summary of Rights. The adverse action process is specifically required if an employer elects not to extend employment based upon the information contained in the background screening report. It is not required if the employment opportunity is terminated for other reasons. Acme is aware some jurisdictions have additional restrictions for the use of consumer reports. California is one of the states with additional restrictions. Under California law, if the theft case had been older than 7 years, or if it had been dismissed, AccuSource would not have reported the case to Acme, and Acme could not consider it in an employment decision. California also has special restrictions if an applicant was or currently is on a diversion program. Acme also uses care to follow guidelines established by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or EEOC. The EEOC places certain restrictions on the use of criminal records in employment decisions to avoid unfair disparate impact to protected classes, including minority ethnic races. The EEOC requires a 3-pronged test when considering criminal record history. First, Acme considers the nature of the gravity of the offense or conduct, felony theft. Second, Acme looked at when the offense occurred back in 2017. Finally, Acme considered the nature of the office manager position and its duties. Because the office manager may handle money or other negotiables and the offense was serious and recent, Acme determined Patty's criminal history rendered her unsuitable for the position of office manager. Based upon this analysis, they rescinded their offer of employment to Patty. Acme has met all of its end-user obligations under the FCRA and can now move forward with another applicant. Thank you for watching AccuSource's FCRA Responsibilities tutorial. For additional questions or support needs, please contact us by email at cs@accusource-online.com or by phone at 888-649-6272.